It's not every day that you get to sit down and talk with a sketch artist, which is who I'm talking to today, crossing it off the bucket list to do rare things to do. Right now, sketch artist Todd Aaron Smith joins us now to give us a glimpse into his world. Now, you're doing baseball cards right now, and we'll talk about this in just a second, but you started out doing animation and some cartoons that probably I used to watch, in Batman and Spider-Man. How did you get involved doing that?
Sure, yeah. I went to art college after high school and worked for a very small animation studio during the summer while I was in school, and I was able to progress and do more and more and more. I did TV commercials for a long time. If you saw any Tony the Tiger commercials in the mid-90s,
no way, you
saw my work.
So they're great.
Because I did a lot of it. I did that in 3 languages.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you draw it in 3 languages?
Yes.
Do you
animate
really?
them in 3 languages, right.
That's awesome.
Right. And so I just continued to make my portfolio better and better and look for bigger opportunities, and eventually was able to do things like Batman the Animated Series and Spider-Man for the Fox Kids Network, and so many cartoons in the 90s that I got to do. I'm
really?
Very grateful for
That's fascinating. Well, those are all the cartoons I grew up on as a kid, so yeah. It's so cool to get to meet you. Well, let's segue kind of into baseball cards, which you're doing now. Sure. I was a huge baseball card fan as a kid, and I had, you know, dozens upon dozens of binders of baseball cards, especially Topps baseball cards.
Me
Those
too.
kind of the king of baseball cards. And you've done some special sketching and drawings for Topps. And this one especially right here is Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about this, how we have a younger Hank Aaron and then the classic Hank Aaron pose that we all know when he broke Babe Ruth's record.
Sure. So yeah, so when you do the baseball cards, the artwork is 5 by 7 like this is, and then here's the finished card, and that's you know, they make the card based on the artwork, which is bigger than the final product is going to be, so that there's a ton of little details in there. But yeah, I've been very fortunate, and I feel very grateful to have the opportunity to do Topps. Just like you, when I was a kid, I had so many baseball cards, and they were in every Christmas stocking, and they were in every Easter basket. I just had so many baseball cards, and I remember the magic of opening a package of cards and finding my favorite players.
Oh, and here's Salvi. So we got you've done some Kansas City Royals here.
Sure,
so that's
absolutely,
awesome.
absolutely.
Can we get the Salvi splash next? Can I put in requests right now so that when I go buy my next package of Topps baseball cards, I can get the Salvi splash?
I'll see what I can do. Absolutely.
How did you get approached by Topps to come do this for Major League Baseball?
Well, actually, I started doing other things before I did baseball. I did a lot of Star Wars cards.
Oh, yes.
I've done 14 sets of Star Wars cards up till now. And I've also done Marvel Comics and DC Comics, and I did Ghostbusters and Warcraft, and just so many different ones. And I kind of feel like I worked my way up to baseball because that's really what I wanted to do in the first place. So I had to do all this other stuff in order to get to be doing what I'm doing now.
So when you sit down to design one of these, now I'm sure they give you direction of where to go, but do you just like, can you think, okay, I want to draw, let's just say I want to draw Luke Skywalker and his lightsaber or something. How do you approach something like that?
Well, I guess the first thing that I would do is maybe do a Google search for images and just look through, see what is there that I can use as reference materials, and put together a bunch of different pictures and make mine unique to just a screenshot. I don't want it to just look like a screenshot like this one with Hank Aaron. We have a couple of different poses of him in the same shot, and so I try to do that with all of the cards and keep them interesting looking and unique.
It's fascinating. We could talk all day because you got 2 of my favorite things, baseball and Star Wars. So thank you so much for being here today, Todd. I sure appreciate it, and I can't wait to see more of your work.
So glad to be here.